Hi, kings and queens. So I'm back, and I wanted to discuss something that I was supposed to discuss on Facebook quite a while ago. So my cousin had tagged me in a post talking about whether or not Black Lives Matter to Black Lives, and so that completely pisses me off. And let me tell you why that pisses me off. First of all, if anyone doesn't know, I have an extreme passion for my people. I love, love, love. I'm in love with everything and everyone melanin infused, right? And at times I can be a bit biased because I feel as though I understand or overstand a lot of what we go through. And I think that things are not as black and white as people would like to make it seem, right? Sorry about that. So, let me tell you my perspective. From my perspective, let's just go as far back as the 1900s. Early 1900s, 1920s, 1930s, you have black men and women who are essentially in their place, pretty much, with white people, with the Jim Crow laws and things of that nature. You have men wearing suits and ties and church shoes. You have the women in their Sunday's best from Monday through Saturday. You have, if you fast forward to the 50s, 60s, 70s, according to what you guys say, because I wasn't there, it was a huge, huge sense of community in black neighborhoods. If your child did something wrong, they would get tore up from the top of the block. Excuse me. Until they got home to you. So here we have community. We have nobody's dressing with their pants sagging, looking like a bunch of gangsters. You have women fully clothed, looking respectable in their Sunday's best. You have people in their place because you got Jim Crow laws. We're not even allowed to sit anywhere near you or patron any of the places that you patronize. So everything's in order, right? Shouldn't be any problems, right? Because of course the problems in the black community are because of the fact that we're so violent to one another, right? So everything's cool. Good community. Everybody's dressing well. You even got Black Wall Street. You got so much going on. What remains constant in that though? What remains constant in that is with church shoes on, we were still hanging, right? With Jim Crow laws, we were still being murdered unjustly, being imprisoned unjustly. This has been a continuous cycle. It's repetition at its greatest. You can look at black people throughout these time periods, throughout these eras, and see all different types of changes in us, in our culture, in the ways in which we expressed ourselves, and our timidness or our boldness, and our insecurities, and our love of self. It does not matter what era you find us in, what way you find us acting to ourselves or to others. This is still the nature of this beast. And when another black person finds the need to point their finger within our community, yes, we know what has to be done in our communities. Yes, I get it. Don't confuse the two. Understand that both things can exist. Yes, we can say that there's things that we need to work on without making it okay for them to do it just because we do it. Right? That's like an abused woman saying, there's so many things I have to work on. I don't have good self-esteem. I don't love myself. I don't like what I see when I look in the mirror. And then she gets with a man that magnifies those things. Yes, it's wise of you to tell her, listen, he's never going to love you right until you love yourself. However, that does not now justify what he's doing. Do you get what I'm saying? What you're saying is like, until we get it right, we can't ask nobody else to get it right. But these is the people that help make it wrong. We forgetting that? We didn't just wake up and not have black unity. We didn't just wake up one morning and have black on black crime. And there's white on white crime too. So I get so tired of that too. White people kill white people all the time. White people kill all types of people all the time. Nobody talks about that. White people kill their parents and shit. Nobody. It's like nobody tells white people, oh, until you stop killing your parents, everybody's gonna kill your parents. What type of bullshit is that? That's just so ridiculous to me, and it really pisses me off. I'm gonna be honest with you. It pisses me off because I love us, and I feel like, just think about it. We fight for civil rights. LGBT, they're fighting for rights for gay people. They already have this. We just want civil shit. We just want to be treated like basic human beings. Like, when you think of that, when you think of the fights that we fight, it's the simplest shit. It's like, I want to drink out of your water. That's why it perplexes me. When black people want to put together, or melanin infused people always want to get together with something else. Like I said in the other video, today is the Puerto Rican Day Parade. You know how many of y'all is running up there? But do you know, twice with my own ears, I heard two groups of men. One was an older group of men, and then there was another group of people, and I really don't remember like their age ranges because it was a lot of them. But twice I have heard people of Hispanic, Puerto Rican, whatever it is, I'm going to say Puerto Rican because it's the Puerto Rican Day Parade, say that they're not going in their own parade because there be too many niggas there. Why these niggas keep coming? But you going to find you a little hot tamale, And mommy, she's so hot, she's so sexy. You want to find you a poppy with good hair. It irks the fuck out of me. Let me just keep it real with you. It irks my last nerve. We love stuff outside of ourselves so easily. We point the finger at each other so easily. It's just like, come on. And all it takes is some unity. All it takes is to get that, we're not going to agree on everything. You know what, older people? We're not going to agree on the fact of how we use the word nigger. We're not going to agree on it. You see it as one thing. We see it as something different. Can we understand where you're coming from, where you see it? Of course, we get it. But do you get what we saying to you? We telling you that we took it for them. For you. We honoring everything that came before us. We took it from them, told them they couldn't use it. Something that they used to brutalize you. Something that they used to hurt you. We took it from them. Told them that they can't use it. And when we turned it into a form of endearment. You don't buy that? You don't like that? It don't matter to you? Fine. Don't use it. Young people, when you're in the presence of older people that don't care for, and it brings up pain for them, and it's attached to hurt for them, don't use it. It's no difference in the fact that you might say the word bitch, but when you're around your great grandmother, you're not going to say bitch because it's something that she doesn't appreciate. But is it big enough? Is it valuable enough to keep separating us like this? Seriously? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. These young men and women, nothing wrong with them. There's nothing wrong with them. You can tell from their music. They are so talented. They're so ambitious. They're so fearless. They will take something. They will create reality out of nothing. Do you understand me? They will take something that made no goddamn sense and make it a hit record. You understand? They have what it takes. All they're missing is guidance. They're misguided. These shooters that's beefing in the streets, they're misguided. Got nice aim. We might need that for something because we dealing with a hell of a beast. You think it's not going to be no bloodshed? You think it's not going to be no war? You don't think these young men and women who live that lifestyle, that they had that in them intuitively, that maybe just because of the world that we're living in right now, that it's misguided. It needs to be guided. Right? But that's never going to happen as long as we keep being divisive. It's never going to happen as long as we keep not being for real about our liberation. And I'm going to tell y'all one last thing because I'm putting this on Facebook as well. You guys share a lot of things. I see you share music videos. I do too. I share them because I want for everybody that I know and everybody that I'm around to excel. And we need everything. We need art. We need music. We need poems. We need science. We need agriculture. We need chemistry. We need everything because we need to make a whole new reality for ourselves, right? But you guys are not taking your liberation seriously. There's so many people outside of people that I'm close to that have come aboard and sorry about that, who have come aboard and have become a part of this project in such an incredible way. But people who are more that I can reach out and touch are like so close, and that's fine because everybody has to do it at their own pace and everybody has to contribute what they contribute, whatever their thing is. So, but we have to do something. We have to do something. This is not real. This is like a warped reality. All of this divisiveness, all of this pointing the finger. Well, yes, you can't blame the white man. It's not about blaming nobody. It's not about blaming nobody. Watch this. I know a woman who has 4 children. She was a functional drug addict, right? So she always had an apartment, but if you go in her house, there was very little food and stuff like that. She always had a lot of traffic coming in and out. As a result, some of her children were sexually molested. As a result, some of her children, or all of her children, were pretty much neglected. There was physical abuse that went on. There were instances of neglect with education, where they were missing days of school, where they were getting held back. So fast forward to them becoming teenagers now, and they're dealing with a huge amount of obstacle because they did not have the foundation, that functionality in their foundation. Now, does that mean that they can't go on to achieve great things? No, it doesn't mean that. It just means that they're going to need a little bit more assistance because they were not, the foundation was not sturdy, right? So now, does that make them lazy? Should we now point fingers at them? Should we now say, oh no, you capable of doing the same thing the girl across the street was doing because she live in the same neighborhood as you and all that, but she did it, why you ain't do it? Or do we blame them? Oh, well, that happened when you was a child. That's when your mother, well, what I'm going to need you to do right now is get it together. And yeah, there are some people that would react like that. Me personally, I'm not like that. I think that's completely ridiculous. I believe that those children, because they were not afforded a sturdy establishment and a sturdy foundation, that it's only sensible that as they grow up, even though their age may be definitive of an adult, I think that it's only logical, right, to take into consideration what their childhood was like and where growth may have been stunted, where trauma may have happened, where assistance may be needed. And it does not make them less of anything. It does not make them more of anything. It just is what it is. And the same is true when you look at culturally, the Black culture, and how many of us within the culture sit and say, well, oh, well, you can't blame this, you can't blame that. It has nothing to do with blame. It has something to do with the reality of a matter. If you are a Black person that feel as though talking about slavery or these type of conversations are blaming somebody else for something, I'm sorry, but you and I can't have a conversation. Can't have a conversation. Don't think that slavery, to me, slavery is not something of the past. No, I'm not picking cotton. Yes, I can drink out of the same water fountain as you and all of that, but there's still a systematic foundation that is consistently repeated every single day in every single way, be it education, economic, the justice system, where you live, where your children go to school, the type of food that, even to the type of food that we get. The hood gets the word, like, it's food, it's nourishment. But we have time to point fingers at each other, and it's ridiculous, and they're laughing at us while they're killing us. So for me, I don't care if it's divisive because of religion, because of gender, because of sexuality, because of age, because of difference of opinions, because it doesn't matter. Let's ward off this beast first. And after we do that, then we can sit at a round table and we can begin to get to the bottom of different things. But when you spend so much time attacking within, man, it's just so ridiculous to me. Like, I don't get it. So that's why I don't like, yeah, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives. I don't like that. I don't like that. Like, I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't. Nobody else does that to their people. Nobody else tells their people when they're looking for justice that first you have to do this. For your basic human right. Why? I don't like it. I don't like that. I don't like All Lives Matter. I'm not a fan of the Puerto Rican Day Parade. Why? I like Puerto Rican people. I guess I don't really know that many. Those that I know, I do like, I guess. I did a little short thing about this on YouTube. I'm kind of rolling over into it. But why I don't like the Puerto Rican Day Parade? Because I'm getting sick of supporting everything that is a constant reminder of the fact that we love everything outside of ourselves. We will support everything outside of ourselves. I lived in Harlem for years. Puerto Rican Day Parade, it would be flooded every freaking where. African American Day Parade, ain't nothing going on. Ain't nobody worried about it. Well, how many of your Puerto Rican friends come to the African American Day Parade? How many of you go to the African American Day Parade? And what kills me is every time that we do this, we always are so supportive of people that really don't want nothing to do with us. Listen, everybody love Black culture. Everybody love our music. They love the way we dress. They love the way we speak. They love the way we look. They love everything about us because we are the best. We the only ones that don't realize that we're the best. Everybody love everything about us. I don't care what anybody has to say. You do, right? At the same time, though, I lived in a predominantly Puerto Rican, Hispanic, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, community, Cypress Hills, Brooklyn, right? Already off tip, they made me and my children and I feel really uncomfortable. My youngest daughter at the time, Yanni, she, got like wavy hair and a lighter complexion, so they weren't always sure about her. Sometimes it would be nice, sometimes they wouldn't. But for me and Amaya, for Maya and I, it was hands down. They were so to us. I felt so uncomfortable there. You hear me? Fast forward maybe a year or 2 years into living there, I began to work for the Census Bureau, and I worked in my neighborhood, right? I was a supervisor, so I did not go outside. I would like sign payrolls and stuff. But when they would come back to me, they would be like frustrated. And I never really paid it too much mind because during training, they already told you, look, whatever the people tell you, when you just write it. It would be no different than them filling it out themselves. Whatever they tell you to write, if you get them at the door, just write it. So they would complain to me like, they're telling me this, but I could clearly see this. And I'm like, I wouldn't even really listen to it. I'll be honest with you. I was like, whatever. Just write whatever they tell you. As the workers started to dwindle down and I had to start to come out and actually go door to door, I'm noticing that there would be people of, like, they would be darker than me, some of them. Coarse hair, broad nose, full lips, like just features of a Black person, skin of a Black person, like you clearly look Black to me. But when I ask them what they are, they tell me white. And the first couple of times that it happened, I was like, what? I was like taken aback. And I think that the look on my face made them frustrated because they was like, white? Like, what's your problem? Put white. And it just made me see them differently. And if I'm wrong, I would really appreciate anybody of that culture to let me know what's really going on. Because I think that this needs to be talked about. I feel it's so unfair. Even with celebrities. Jennifer Lopez, Mariah Carey, I don't know, you can name some more of them. That's how the industry is. Even when people that look a little bit more white, they'll come over and they'll do hip hop stuff and stuff like that. They'll date a rapper. They'll do something to get into Black culture. And then when they finish with all our money, they go back and they start making merengue records and shit again. You understand? They don't fuck with us for real. Nobody really fucks with us. Like, we not even fucking with ourselves for real. It's the saddest thing. But it's like they really don't mess with us. If you ask any of your friends, Hispanic, Latin, Puerto Rican, Dominican, whatever it is, ask them, what does your grandparents say about Black people? You think How would your people feel if we had a baby together or a relationship? And even that don't matter, because look at the white girl on Facebook, had a whole black baby daddy, had a whole black baby with this man, and because he put cornrows in her hair, she went off. Oh, my baby's not black, don't have my baby looking like one of these black babies. But you was in love and loving up on a whole black man. What's wrong with you? Nobody really fucks with us. And I don't have nothing against Puerto Rican people. I think that from what I learned about their culture, it's more about just trying to associate yourself more with what looks like is the winning team. You know what I'm saying? In a lot of different ways. And some of them, they look white. I guess they are white. I don't know. Look, this is what I'm saying. It start getting all crazy. This is what I'm saying. Love yourself. Love us. Stop pointing the finger at us. You got a problem with somebody, black community, you got a problem with black women, talk to a black woman. Don't get on the platform and start talking crazy. You got a problem with I don't know, man, just anything. Let's just connect. This shit frustrating for me. And I know a ton of y'all is out there, Puerto Rican Day Parade. I know it. And I hope I see y'all there at the African American Day Parade. I really do. I'm sending out those good vibes and those good energies. I'm not going to say y'all not going to go. I'm going to say y'all are going to go. And y'all going to be there. And if you do want to go today and support your Puerto Rican friends, that's fine. I like their culture. You know, the dancing and the sexiness and the red and the ucha-cha and the salsa and the ooh-la-la. I love it all. But I know that it originates from us. I know that everybody walking around here come from us. It's nothing that y'all doing that's original. It all come. Ain't nothing like the real thing, baby. Ain't nothing like the OGs. That's why everybody love our culture and stuff. I just wish that we would start to love ourselves like that. You got Dylan Roof. Before these people were even in the ground, these people, loved ones, they were expressing forgiveness to Dylan Roof. Yet you so mad at some young black boy because he's sagging his pants or because he say the word nigga. The compassion that you give to people outside of yourselves, it's just sickening. That's it. It's sick. That ass on your chest is sickening. It's just, come on. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Please. And for those that know, it's so hot in here. And for those that know more than me, for those that are already on this journey, for those that can help to bring me some enlightenment, please comment, subscribe, share, like. If you're on my Facebook page, comment. Come over to the YouTube page. I have some videos going up. We're about to start getting these interviews going up soon too, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that real quick, so I don't do that whole Black Lives Matter to Black Lives. Look, my people, we are in a bad time right now. We've been in a bad time for some time. It's time to awaken. It's time to get this thing on the road. It's time to start living actively, solution-based proactivity. It's time to start making moves, start making differences, start making changes, start raising, and stop sustaining, right? Dad, I'm going to come up with a lot of sayings, but for now, let's just keep it simple. Solution-based proactivity, kings and queens. I love you guys so much. Thank you for listening. This is by far the longest video yet. We're going to start doing the workshops, so they're going to get longer. Okay, guys. Remember, solution-based proactivity. Love.